The dealer today, and by Verizon, proud sponsor of the Portland Trail Blazers. Blazers and Sixers on the way from the Rose Garden in HD TV. And for more on tonight's game, let's check in with Ann Schatz.
Pete, thanks so very much. You know, visiting with both clubs today, Maurice Cheeks obviously so excited about playing against his former team. But you know what? The 76ers have been gearing up for this game as well. They absolutely worship the ground that Maurice Cheeks walks on. Aaron McKie, you know how he feels about him. You know who else just absolutely loves him is Allen Iverson. They couldn't wait to talk about their old coach this afternoon.
I miss him a lot. You know, Mo's has been great, you know, for my career. He's one of the guys that's really helped me, you know, elevate my game and just helped me with a lot of the little aspects of the game. So I miss him a lot, and I wish he was in Philadelphia. But, you know, at the same time, this was a career move that he had to make, and, you know, he has all my blessings.
Mo was coaching us when I first came into the league, and this is my first season without him. And it's been kind of strange, you know, but it's fun seeing him coach, you know, watching games, seeing him on the sideline and joking on him how he dressed and stuff like that.
Oh, all the emotions in the world flying around the Rose Garden tonight. The Blazers, the 76ers, Mo Cheeks against his old buddies. Something's got to give. We'll have the whole shebang for you coming up. Stick around.
And then Portland's got to react defensively. Philadelphia's passing the ball better now, so you got to be aware of where your man is. And since this is in high def, if they win tonight, the rest of the games are going to be in high def.
Okay. Time for tonight's Gatorade X Factor. Gatorade, is it in you? Steve, which Blazer do you think is going to provide the most juice off the bench?
Well, you know, Philadelphia likes to go small a lot, and so I think that Rick Brunson is going to play a key role. He's got to not only come in and give him some punch offensively, but he's got to do a job defensively, so get something in him.
Blazers with one final home game before a four-game road trip. Our starting lineups for tonight, it'll be Derek Coleman, Matt Harpring, Dikembe Mutombo, Allen Iverson, and Eric Snow for Philadelphia. Wells, Wallace Davis, Pippen, and Stoudemire. The 5'4" Maurice Cheeks in his first season as the Blazers head coach. Derek Anderson is in uniform, and he told me before the game that he would play tonight, despite the fact that that right ankle continues to bother him. And in talking with assistant coach Jim Lynam, he said, you know what? Pippen is going to match up against Iverson most of the night defensively.
Well, that's not a likely task. I mean, you know, Iverson is the kind of guy that moves without the ball, and he moves at warp speed. So, you know, you want Pippen in the game, and at the same time, you don't want to get him nicked up with foul trouble. Taking a look at Portland's home record and what's been happening out on the road, and where they want to get well is right here at the Rose Garden.
Well, they do have an opportunity. Philadelphia 14-18, 8-12 away from First Union Center. They haven't seen that building in 2 weeks. This is the final game of a 12-day road trip, and Randy Ayers on your left and Larry Brown in the middle of your picture can't wait to get home. But first they have to get by Maurice Cheeks and the Portland Trail Blazers.
One of two things will happen for Philadelphia. They've won 2 in a row, been pretty good about winning those ball games. They'll either relax or they'll want this one and go home with 3 in a row. Portland's got to step up their energy and really be the aggressor at the outset of the ball game and put some doubt in the Sixers' mind.
Ted Bernhardt, Ken Mauer, and Bill Kennedy, the 3 officials as assigned by the NBA. And the first toss didn't work out, so Kenny Mauer will toss it again. You're noticing that the Sixers are wearing red headbands. They are 2-0 since they decided they needed a little team unity, and they've gone with the red headbands. First game they did it in Phoenix. Some guys wore black headbands, some guys wore red headbands, and the league office says, hey, everybody's got to be the same color. Eric Snow with the teardrop off the window for the first bucket of the game.
But, you know, and that's what they did last night a lot against Seattle. They were able to turn that corner. If you let the guards turn the corner, then that's going to get Mutombo and Harpring and Derek Coleman all later.
Fans, stop by our participating Northwest Dodge dealer for your chance to enter to win the First to 20 contest. If your entry is selected and you correctly name the first player to score 20, you win $1,000. Tonight's contestant, Joe Ice. And Joe has selected Rasheed Wallace.
Is that your pick, Joe Ice?
No, that's the name that's on the card, and I just read them the way they're written. Blazers with a miss their first trip. There was a Foul called against Matt Harpring, holding against Bonzi Wells. Iverson off the slash, sets up Mutombo from outside, and Dikembe Mutombo splashes it home. Philadelphia, not a good shooting team, 22nd in the league at 42.7%.
You know, they weren't a great shooting team a year ago. What they did well was force turnovers, shoot a lot of layups out of those turnovers, and they really competed very well. So when it looked as though they might surrender a lead as they try to come to Wallace, steal Iverson.
Iverson, one of the league leaders in that category. In fact, he is the league leader, averaging better than 2.5 steals a game. And that's another thing that he could do off the penetration. And Philadelphia has started out red hot, 6-0. Not quite 90 seconds gone by here in the first quarter.
And against Philly, you got to have ball movement, you got to have player movement, and you got to have some patience. You can get behind, they'll let you come back in the game, so don't worry if you're down early.
Damon brings it to Dale Davis with 4 on the shot clock. That's off. Mutombo inside position. The Pippen the save, and the Blazers a fresh shot clock. Scotty at 3 in the air. He knocked down a couple on Wednesday night in the loss to Toronto here at the Rose Garden. Sixers played last night. They won easily in Seattle. Derek Coleman, he's been playing well for them this year. Mutombo sets up Harpring.
Now Harpring been sitting in that corner for a month. That was the shot he asked for when the ball came cross court. So they basically close him out, steal Iverson.
And a loose ball foul called against Damon Stoudemire, trying to get it back. So Iverson, as I said, averaging 2.5 steals a game, trying to get to his average early in the first quarter. Damon commits his first.
Quick hands, and he just reached in and poked it away. And that means around Iverson, you got to take care of the ball.
So the Blazers turn it over for the second time tonight as Maurice Cheeks looks on. I asked Maurice, I said, you know, you were given a lot of credit for the development of Allen Iverson as a player and as a person, and as you might expect, Maurice deflected the attention from himself, but I think any observer would tell you that he had a big role in Allen Iverson really taking over the leadership of this Sixers team, and he's taken over the scoring leadership. He has 4. Blazers call time. 9:25 for the first quarter. Blazers down 8-0. It's a 20-second timeout taken by the Blazers. This 20-second timeout brought to you by Jiffy Lube, as Philadelphia has started out 4 of 5. Congratulations to Richard Remsburg, the boys basketball coach at Portland Christian High School, chosen as the NECA IBEW Coach of the Game. $500 donated to Portland Christian High School in Richard's name. Congratulations to all of this season's Coach of the Game winners. For information on nominating your coach, call the Blazers office. And the Blazers take on the Cavaliers January 13th here at the Rose Garden. Tickets available now at the Rose Quarter Ticket Office, all Ticketmaster locations, or call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or log on to Blazers.com. Well, Philadelphia had been struggling. There were rumors that Larry Brown was headed perhaps to Denver to coach the Nuggets. Those rumors were quashed very, very quickly, and they promptly won 2 games in a row with headbands.
Well, one of the things, you know, they played a pretty good 3 quarters against the Lakers and felt they could have won that ball game. Came back and played better against the Clippers and really dominated that game, and then lost some of that in Denver. But when they went to Phoenix, they had 3 days off. They got some practice, and this is a team that hasn't really been together much. They seem to come together with the right attitude about who they are and who they're supposed to be.
Kick ball.
Now, Pippen is guarding Eric Snow, and the purpose of that is to really try to put some pressure on Snow and the Sixers, make them set up further out on the floor.
Iverson being checked by Pippen now. 3 minutes gone by first quarter. Iverson brings it to Harpring, who scores off the reverse.
You can get mesmerized by, you know, what Allen Iverson's doing, watching him, and the next thing you know, you've lost your man.
Dale Davis working against Harpring, and Dale Davis gets the Blazers on the board. 10-2, Philadelphia scored the first 10 of the game.
You know, in both of the victories that they've had here, they broke out on top early.
And Iverson continues to fire away. 26% from downtown, but perfect there.
And Iverson is a player that is capable of having great quarters, great halves, and suddenly going dead in the water. So you got to stay with it. You can't worry about matching. You just got to stay with your game.
Damon responds. Blazers down 13-4. Snow in his 7th season out of Michigan State. Mutombo helped key their run to the NBA Finals with a miss, and Dale Davis boards. Damon pulls up. Bonzi-Wells offensive rebound. Snow stripped it. And kick ball. Blazers giving it back to Philadelphia with 7:46 to go. Second time in 3 possessions the Blazers have used the foot on the ball.
Bonzi trying to come in, and then as the ball is stripped out of his hands, a little boots. That was even good.
Damon now taking his turn against Iverson, and Iverson rises up.
With Iverson, what you got to do is just make a decision. Make him go left or right. Don't let him dance on you and then get you turned around.
Dale Davis and the Blazers with a little early offense that time to make it a 7-point game.
I see he's trying to get them to come down. Pippen's the only one that's coming down 94 feet. And if that's the case, all Snow has to do is throw it to someone else, or if he beats them, they're wide open.
And there's Derek Coleman wide open. And for so many years, Derek Coleman had been derided about his weight problems, but he has been a very, very valuable player for Philadelphia this season.
Well, he's in probably the best shape of his career since he was a rookie. And, you know, his commitment is to be a starter, to be a contributor.
Wallace styling long distance. A 22-point effort Wednesday night in the loss to Toronto. A triple there, and the Blazers are within 6 at 15-9.
You know, we talk so much about Elton Brand in 20 and 10, and Coleman used to get that in his sleep and used to get criticized for it.
Pippen ties up Allen Iverson. And the momentum beginning to turn in Portland's favor here with 6:32 to go in the first.
Well, they slowed Philly down. Philly is still shooting a very high percentage, and, you know, they control the scoreboard. But at least now Portland's starting to fight them with each possession.
Kenny Mauer will toss it. Blazers have had difficulties in the first quarter. They have trailed after 12 minutes in 7 of their last 9 games. Trying to remedy that situation. Pippen wins the tip, and the Blazers with possession down 6. Wells got by Harpring. High off the window pane. Bonzi-Wells.
What you're not going to see a lot of is inside opportunities. As long as Mutombo is in there, you know, you're going to have a tough time getting the layup. So you got to move people around.
Snow to no one in particular, but off the Blazers. So Philadelphia keeps with 15 to shoot. And Larry Brown will call timeout. Timeout, Sixers. Philadelphia scores the first 10. Since then, it's been 11-5 Blazers. Right now, they trail it by 4. Dale Davis going with the shaven-headed look here in 2002. There's the team foul situation. Happy New Year, season's greetings, and welcome to all our great fans on KGW Northwest News Channel 8 and the Blazers Television Network. Iverson, a deep 3. Dale Davis tipping to Stoudemire. Pippen running the floor. Bonzi-Wells. Yes! Bonzi-Wells starting to cook now. He had only been shooting 37% over the last 5 ball games, but Bonzi 2 of 3 here, and we are even at 15. Snow gets it back from Iverson and connects.
That is the shot that Eric Snow maybe has the most difficulty with, the wide open 15-footer. He's gotten better with it, but he has to turn the ball and his wrist all in the same motion, and a lot of times there's wind in the building.
Snow with 4. He averages 9. Clock at 8 is Pippen. And Wells and Wallace collide. And a foul called against Philadelphia. Eric Snow commits it. That's his first and the second Philadelphia foul.
Now, Philadelphia's stabilizer goes out, Eric Snow. He is a lot of glue for them. Speedy Claxton comes in. He's almost as quick off the dribble as Allen Iverson. So watch out for Philadelphia, setting a lot of pick and rolls himself for both of those guys.
Claxton is listed as a rookie, although it's actually his second year with the Sixers. Tore an ACL in preseason last year. Dale Davis, 4 on the shot clock.
Now that's rebound position. Derek Coleman did not get off his feet that time, and yet he was the first one to the ball.
Claxton gets it back off the save by Harpring.
And Claxton is a scorer, and so his tendency is to look to score the ball, and he has to fight that tendency off. Oh, and get a break there.
Matt Harpring picks up his second foul.
Dale Davis just barreled into him.
Get another look at it, and Harpring was trying to slide in front of Dale. And Bill Kennedy right there emphatically calling it a block against Harpring, who will head to the bench.
The reason it goes in favor of Dale Davis, Harpring still moving.
Aaron McKie is in the ball game for the first time tonight. Damon, yes, and one. Got the step against Claxton, who commits his first foul. Back to even at 17. Damon shooting for the first Blazer lead of the night. Derek Anderson will come in for Scottie Pippen as you see Damon with the leaner.
Good energized start by Pippen to come down the floor, try to challenge, pick people up, and make Philadelphia do some things that they don't want to do.
Pippen with 6 assists already here in the first quarter. Damon kisses the free throw home. And the Blazers have their first lead of the night, 18-17. So after a rocky start, Philadelphia jumped out to a 10-0 lead. The ship has been righted. McKie and Wells come together. Damon with the steal. Over the top, Wallace! They're on their feet in the Rose Garden. The Blazers by 3.
See, those are the kind of turnovers that Philadelphia will commit, and if you give yourself a chance, you're going to get back and score quickly. Derek Coleman
Forcing his way inside, and the Blazer lead trimmed to 20-19. Stoudemire wearing that elastic sleeve on his left leg. Bonzi rises up, comes up short. Aaron McKie, the all-purpose guy for Philadelphia. Derek Anderson trying to check Iverson as he goes through a thicket of defenders, and Derek Coleman is there for the offensive rebound and the putback. 14 points, 10 boards last night for DC in 30 minutes. And the Blazers will call time. Philadelphia has regained the lead. 2:44 to go in the first quarter. Rasheed Wallace with the highlight of the night. A little Philadelphia freedom.
People across the nation are getting the message. For great year-end values, amazing selection, Toyotathon 02. Right now, you'll find everything you've been looking for in the all-new, redesigned Camry. Sleeker, more powerful, better than ever before, which says a lot, given that Camry's been the best-selling car in America the last 4 years. Toyotathon 02. Password value.
Some see in 8-foot walls a not-so-subtle message to keep out. 4. Others see it as a minor obstacle to an invigorating day at the course. There you go. Oh! That it's good. The perfect accompaniment to such an outing, Taco Bell. For a little green, you can indulge in great tasting, high-quality fare no matter who you are.
Excuse me, young man.
Think I'll play through.
Hey!
Score a crunchy taco and bean burrito together, just 98 cents. Now with better beef, beans, and tortillas. For a tasty deal, think outside the bun.
Hold on. You know what we need?
We need Troy to sing too.
And Carter DJing.
Yeah, we could record it, upload it, and take it worldwide.
New York, Philly, LA. We gonna be huge.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone! Verizon puts together the world's most powerful technologies so you can do whatever you want. Verizon.
Luck Happens, brought to you by Spirit Mountain Casino, Highway 18 in Grand Ronde, Oregon. Sean Kemp, tough shot, forcing it home and getting the foul as well. Sean, little double clutch, kiss off the window. Luck Happens is brought to you by our good friends at Spirit Mountain Casino, Highway 18 in Grand Ronde, Oregon. And fans, you can sign up for your free Fans First Club membership. Win prizes just for coming to Blazers games and events at the Rose Garden. Visit fansfirstclub.com today or stop by the headquarters inside the Rose Garden. The Fans First Club, rewards for first-class fans. A nice assist number for the Blazers. 9 in the quarter, averaging 23. Sheed hitting from outside. Every Blazer field goal has been assisted on to this point. Blazers ranked 9th in the league in assists.
What that means is you're getting some ball movement, some player movement, and guys are finishing plays. You know, a lot of times you can get that ball movement, player movement, and if you don't finish the play, it means nothing. What Coleman likes to do a lot of is fake. And he's very good at ball faking, getting a player off balance.
Rasheed wouldn't go for it. Blazers up 1, looking for more. Chris Dudley will check in at the next opportunity. There's the high screen roll and talked about. Rasheed the miss. Dikembe Mutombo the rebound. Mutombo, the 4th leading rebounder in the NBA, averaging 11.7. Here's Claxton missing off the glass. Wallace is there. He's Portland's leading rebounder. Derek Anderson's going to put it on the deck. Scoop, miss. Dale Davis battling for it. Philadelphia with possession. Here comes Iverson. 90 seconds to go, first quarter. McKee. Aaron McKee in his 8th season out of Temple, 38% from downtown.
He loves the corners, and you know, anytime he's going in that direction, he's going to be pretty successful. So he likes to get down in the corners on both wings, and Iverson is always looking for him.
Damon got the step, couldn't knock down the jumper. Derek Coleman, turnover on the outlet pass. Wells on the attack against McKee. Iverson the steal. Wallace goaded him into the miss.
Well, he knew he was going to have to get under and get in front of that rim, and that's what you want to do on a break. Get the guy to go a little bit quicker than he always wants to go.
Anderson exploding. Wallace. All even at 24. Sheed leading all scorers with 11. Iverson working against Anderson. 12 difference between the two clocks. Shot clock at 3. Iverson. Dale Davis boxing out Mutombo. It's out of bounds. It'll be Portland basketball with 10.6 to go in the first quarter. Chris Dudley is going to come in the ball game, or is he not? He will come in. Dale Davis will sit down with 10.5. So the Blazers shoot for the lead here with the final possession of the first quarter.
You got enough time to get a good shot.
Wallace, a deep 3. Yes! Sheed triples the Blazers back to the lead with 2.8. Snow's back in. That'll count. It is off the mark, and the Blazers, hearing it from the crowd at the Rose Garden, responding to Philly's best effort with one of their own. After 12 minutes, the Blazers are up 3 on the Sixers. Wallace leading the way.
Ever notice how a great taste can make a special moment even more special? How it can add to life's simple pleasures. Give you moments of quiet bliss. Private selection, everything premium but the price. Available at Fred Meyer.
It's big. It's bad. It's bold. It's the all-new Dodge Ram.
Now everyone will see our family crest.
Want to get a great $6 restaurant burger without the restaurant? The $6 burger, $3.95 at Carl's Jr.
Portland Trail Blazers basketball is brought to you by your Northwest Ford stores, proud sponsors of the Portland Trail Blazers. By Alaska Airlines. Start your road trip at alaskaair.com. By 76 with Pro Power. Next time you're on empty, fill up with 76 Pro Power and get the spirit of 76. And by Bank of America, proud sponsors of the Portland Trail Blazers. Blazers up 3 after 12 minutes. Tonight's Aflac Trivia question. The first player to go directly from high school to the pros. A little more coaching now, but when this gentleman did it, it was obviously pretty rare. Rasheed Wallace again from the corner.
Well, Wallace is on one of those torchy nights, which is just the opposite of the last ball game he had, where he had to take a lot of shots and didn't have the same kind of success that you're accustomed to see him. But he's 7 of 9 in this ball game.
Pippen is back, working against Aaron McKee. Snow is back in. Iverson getting a rest. McKee double team. Clock's at 4. Snow beat the buzzer, but could not knock it down. Here's Chris Dudley with a rebound. Jabari Smith is also in for Philadelphia as Derek Coleman is down. Pippen firing and hitting. Blazers their largest lead at 31-24, 60 seconds into the second quarter.
Now the thing that Portland wants to do is keep the doubt in the Sixers' mind that they can score the ball. They're starting to miss. And, you know, when they started the ball game, they were getting higher percentage shots. Now they're forced further out on the edge. Steal clock.
Claxton from behind against Pippen, and then Pippen with a foul in backcourt. To stop the break, it's Scotty's first and the first Blazer foul here in the second quarter.
Pippen had no idea where Claxton was, just came up, picked his pocket, and Pippen knew he was going to be beat. So let's start that play right here in front of us.
Sean Kemp is in the ball game. Rasheed Wallace gets a rest. Rasheed was 16 already. He averaged 16 in the 2 games against Philadelphia last season. Two teams split last year, the road team winning both contests. Claxton stymied. Ted Bernhardt says it's a foul. Fans thought Claxton traveled. Chris Dudley commits his first foul. Larry Brown wants it to be a shooting foul, but Ted Bernhardt says no.
Well, since you called it, Teddy, and you didn't call the travel, then how about putting my guy on the line? Claxton can score, you know, and he started the season off scoring very well, but he's had some problems with injuries, and that's hurt him. Smith will get to the line.
Jabari Smith, who started the season in Sacramento, was cut and was picked up by the Sixers as Chris Dudley commits his second. And a technical foul has been called. Chris Dudley with the technical foul as you get a look from the slam cam. And Ken Maurer is telling Duds exactly why he was assessed a technical. McKee will shoot the free throw.
Well, I'm sure he knows why. It's just he doesn't agree.
Derek Coleman returns, and Dikembe Mutombo sits down for Philadelphia.
You know, they have a lot of big people, but they don't have a lot of experienced big people. So Brown is going to have to work this combo of Coleman and Dikembe very carefully. You know, when they won the last 2 ball games, they were able to put Matt Harpring in for Coleman. They won't be able to do it as long as Wallace is ringing the bell the way he is tonight.
Ruben Patterson makes his first appearance for the Blazers tonight. Smith was cut loose by Sacramento, and Matt Geiger had to retire because of injury problems. And so that's part of the reason why Jabari Smith is wearing a Sixers uniform. Pippen on the move against Snow. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Dudley against Snow on the mismatch. Kemp is open and hits.
You know, they better never let him go down there to Spirit Mountain. With all the luck that happens with him, he could break the bank.
Kemp averaging 5 points per ball game, gives the Blazers a 7-point lead. McKee comes up firing, and Aaron McKee is a guy you do not want to let get rolling. He's Philadelphia's 3rd leading scorer, averaging 13 a game.
Well, with Iverson out, they always look for Aaron McKee to kind of steady the ship at the offensive end.
Kemp. Blazers turn it over. McKee running the floor. Claxton in traffic.
Claxton hadn't had anything but tough shots, and that was a tough finish.
Patterson was a little out of control. Now on the get back against McKee. Kemp! Shawn Kemp averaging 3 rebounds a game, has one there. He's got 4 and 2 rebounds. The Blazers the edge on the second chance. Iverson and Harpring are at the scorer's table getting ready to return for Philadelphia.
Jabari Smith is asking for the ball, but they don't know him well enough to pass him the ball in a lot of scoring situations yet.
McKee the miss. Kemp the rebound. Pippen the pull-up. Look at the rebounding edge the Blazers have carved out tonight. 19-9. And this is against the 4th best rebounding team in the league in Philadelphia. Coleman on the deck against Kemp. Pippen the double team, and the Blazers force a turnover. Claxton the steal. McKee missing. Kemp another rebound. Pippen with the play call. Pippen around the Dudley screen. Clock's at 4. Dudley trying to cut back door. And out of bounds. Pippen thought it was deflected by Philadelphia. Apparently not. Sixers have it when we come back. 7:38 to go in the first half. Blazers lead it by 7.
Change for $1.
Sure. Introducing the all-new Chevy Avalanche. The only vehicle that changes from an SUV to a pickup.
Thanks.
Chevy Avalanche. Like a rock.
Some see in 8-foot walls a not-so-subtle message to keep out. 4. Others see it as a minor obstacle to an invigorating day at the course. Here you go. Oh! That it's good. The perfect accompaniment to such an outing, Taco Bell. For a little green, you can indulge in great tasting, high-quality fare no matter who you are.
Excuse me, young man.
Think I'll play through.
Hey!
Score a crunchy taco and bean burrito together, just 98 cents. Now with better beef, beans, and tortillas. For a tasty deal, think outside the bun.
Bill Wick started changing tires for Les Schwab over 30 years ago. Today, he's president.
I always remember what Les taught me. Treat our customers like you treat your mom and dad.
We did it then, we do it now. You come in, we come running. Everything we do backed in writing with the Les Schwab warranty.
It all adds up to providing value for the money our customers spend.
Les Schwab, over 300 stores built on a one-store promise.
And like Les says, if we can't guarantee it, we won't sell it.
Upcoming events at the Rose Quarter include the Royal Hannaford Circus January 26th and 27th. The Monster Trucks are here February 8th through the 10th, and the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters on the 16th. Tickets are available at the Rose Quarter ticket office. All Ticketmaster locations, log on to rosequarter.com. That Aflac trivia question, the first player to go directly from high school to the pros with the Philadelphia 76ers, one of their all-time greats, Moses Malone. Maurice Cheeks, Moses Malone. Mo to Mo was a big combination.
Mo was the reason they won that championship. When he stepped in there, he made a difference. And shots, what's the difference?
Snapper, thank you very much. The difference as far as Mo Cheeks is concerned is rebounding. He wants his guys to keep hitting the boards 1 and out for Philly. He wants to make sure it stays that way. Offensively, unless the break is there, he wants his guys to slow things down, still maintain tempo, but be careful with every single possession, fellas.
Now, with Wallace out of the ball game, they come in with basically their small lineup. Coleman goes to the middle. Harpring and Aaron McKee play the forward positions.
Blazers in a zone. 10 on the shot clock. Snow. McKee, there's the corner that he likes so well. Aaron McKee.
I guess you figured that out.
Well, I just repeat everything you say, and in that way I look smart. Kemp in traffic. Dudley offensive rebound. Kemp gets it back in traffic. And a foul, says Bill Kennedy. Kemp will go to the free throw line.
Stop the pressure. Sean Kemp right now, the leading rebounder for the Trailblazers. So a big effort for Kemp in that hustle area. This one bounces off the shoulder of Chris Dudley and then trying to get it back up. Picks up the foul.
Derek Coleman commits his first foul. It's the first Philadelphia foul here in the second quarter. Damon Stoudemire returns. Blazers leading it by 4. They've lost it, have led it by as many as 7. Damon Stoudemire loses it off the poke away by Eric Snow. And Rasheed Wallace will enter the ball game momentarily. So
that's going to force
Dudley to the bench.
Well, it's going to force an adjustment by Larry Brown because size matters and it's going to be difficult. Now they've got Harpring on Wallace. Wallace should see the ball almost every possession. This can't be like the Scott Pageant matchup and you don't take advantage of it.
Kemp heading to the rim, scooping and scoring. Sean Kemp.
Well, Mr. Kemp is given a chance to express himself, and that he's done here in the second quarter.
Iverson nearly lost it against Pippen. 6.5 to play. Snow off the drive, beating Derek Coleman.
That's what they did really well last night. Get the big people to come to the guard penetrating, and on the other side, Coleman to Mutombo cleaning up.
Bonzi Wells heads to the scores table. Blazers lead down to 4. Rasheed can't connect with the alley-oop attempt. And the Blazers, 9 turnovers have hurt them. They've lost 8 points off those turnovers as Bonzi returns and Ruben Patterson sits down.
Well, you know, we talked a lot about, you know, Philadelphia's ability to take the ball away. You know, their strength last year was not only the takeaway, but the finish. And when they're finishing, that's when they're going to pull away and control the game. Iverson.
Going to the reverse, Ken Maurer says there was a foul on the play. Iverson heads to the free throw line when we come back. The Blazers' lead has been trimmed to 4. Sean Kemp keeping the Blazers in the game and in the lead.
Each year, the NBA and its players connect with youth in their communities to show the importance of reading.
Where are you going, Barrett? Please, wait for me.
And through laughter, joy, and an open heart, their message is clear.
Study hard and read your books.
You can achieve whatever you believe. So join the Trailblazers. Grab a book and help a child read to achieve.
This is Bill. Bill is installing a new belt on his car. The belt he purchased isn't exactly right, but it seemed like a bargain, and Bill's determined to get it on there. That one might be a little tight, Bill. Here's the deal. At Napa, we not only carry the right part, we've got the know-how to make sure that's what you leave the store with.
People across the nation are getting the message. For great year-end values, amazing selection, Toyotathon 02. Now get 0% APR financing on some of Toyota's most popular models, like Corolla, the rugged V8 Tundra, the versatile 4Runner, and the roomy Sienna. Hurry, don't miss this incredible opportunity. Toyotathon 02, password value.
Watch the Blazers take on the Orlando Magic Friday, January the 11th, starting at 5:30 with the Chevy Trailblazers home court pregame show on KGW Northwest News Channel 8. And with any 8-gallon fill-up at a participating 76 station this month, you will receive a free Rasheed Wallace 5-minute phone card. Plus, you have the chance to win free 76 gas and cool Blazers prizes, courtesy of the Spirit 76. Shooting numbers in the quarter. Blazers at 63%, Philadelphia at 38%.
So, Pete, when you get that Wallace phone card, you get to talk to Rasheed for 5 minutes?
You can talk to anybody you want to for 5 minutes. Right now, we'll talk to Ann Schatz.
Good call, fellas. Good call. Hey, in that last title, Mo Cheeks telling the guys, we understand that their backcourt is very, very speedy. Iverson is going to be able to penetrate. Let's have a little bit more slide-over help kind of defense on the backside. And also, offensively, he likes the patience of his ball club, wants to make sure the scorers have the ball in their hands. So it's up to Pippen, it's up to Stoudemire to get the rock to Rasheed. Fellas?
Iverson good with the first and with the second as well, the NBA's leading scorer.
You know, and if he's going to have a big night, you want to make him make shots. Don't put him on the free throw line, because those are the kinds of nights where he goes to 50. Pippen.
Ringing the bell from the wing. Blazer lead is 4. Iverson shoots in volume. Not a tremendous percentage as Snow gets the step, overlays, and Kemp wrestling the rebound free, but to the floor, Derek Coleman. The bump by Pippen and one for Derek Coleman.
Well, there were two players at their best. Snow misses a lot of layups, and he went with the left hand, which has got the thumb problem. And then Derek Coleman getting it back and pump faking, getting Pippen off balance to get a chance for the three-point play. You won't see Coleman ever go straight away. Unless he's shooting a quick, deep three. He likes to kind of jerk and juke players around, and he's very good at that.
In his 12th season out of Syracuse.
There's a lot of things you can say about Derek Coleman, but you can't say he doesn't have skill.
That he does. Free throw down, Philadelphia within 1.
You know, and that's a critical thing for success in the NBA.
Yes.
Now let's see if the Blazers find a way to reestablish Wallace, who went out of the ball game and was on fire.
Kemp out of the double team. Wells had it stripped at the shot clock. Iverson.
And that's Iverson at his best, coming back and knocking that ball away from Bonzi Wells and getting a sprint for an easy 2.
Wells gives the Blazers back the lead at 41-40. So the seesaw bounces Portland's way with 4:42 to play in the first half. Philadelphia, a nice assist number. The Blazers with a great number, 15.
There's a fake again.
Thought about the deep one and right over Rasheed Wallace. She challenged, but Coleman with 13. He averages 15.
7 1/4 for Coleman to get Philly back on the lead.
Rasheed the screen.
And what they're trying to do is take advantage of the fact that Coleman is not real good on pick and roll.
Pippen pulls the trigger. History is through.
7 1/4 for Pippen did not score in the first.
McKee will bring it to front court. Philadelphia will call time. 3:52 for the second quarter. Pippen's triple lifts the Blazers to a 2-point lead over the Sixers in the Rose Garden.
Available at Fred Meyer.
At Bank of America, we really wanted to participate in the Olympic Winter Games. But in the end, we decided to support the real athletes and stick to the things we do best. Like making it easier to pay your bills with America's most popular online bank.
It's big. It's bad. It's bold. It's the all-new Dodge Ram.
Now everyone will see our family crest.
Let's check out tonight's Carl's Jr. League leaders when it comes to great charbroiled taste. The name of the game is Carl's Jr. and the name of the game here is field goal percentage for the career. Dale Davis, 53.7. Dikembe Mutombo at 52.2. Blazer fans have loved what they've seen so far. While we're on the subject of field goal shooting, Blazers at 56%. Philadelphia at 47%. What do you think about that, Ann Schatz?
Not half bad. Also, the quick hands of Philadelphia is on the minds of the Portland Trailblazer coaches. They're all telling the guys, hey, look, they slap, they steal, they swipe. You got to be aware. And again, as Snapper, you were saying, get Rasheed Wallace back into that offense. You've got to reintegrate him into the offense as the main threat. Fellas?
Rasheed leading the Blazers with 16. In fact, leading all scorers. Snow steps up. Mutombo outdueled by Wallace. Anderson working against Snow. 10 on the clock. DA with the step got stripped. Rasheed. Ruben Patterson offensive rebound, and the Blazers a fresh shot clock.
But see, when you drive the ball and things are set, you're not going to get that great pass to Wallace.
DA averaging 4 helpers a game, gets his first of the night. Wallace again the alley-oop. He's got 18.
You know, because Mutombo's presence in there when the ball, when the players don't move, he is going to get most shots or change players' minds about shooting.
Iverson. And Ted Bernhardt says 3 seconds against Philadelphia. So the Sixers just their 5th turnover here in the first half.
And Brown is saying, well, that was only 2. 1, 2, and my guy got the ball.
There's the turnover story. Blazers had a lot of trouble with turnovers Wednesday night against Toronto, giving up 24 points off 17 turnovers, and it's tough to win when you give it up that often and get that much, that little back in return, as Ruben Patterson is called for an offensive foul. He can't believe the call of Bill Kennedy.
He had to come into Mutombo to try to get him off balance, to get him away from the hoop, and you know, again, that's a big issue with anybody coming to the basket against Mutombo. You got to get over that, and you know, a little push away, and the call goes in Mutombo's favor.
Blazers unhappy because Mutombo is in the air. 2:23 to go, second quarter.
Mutombo out, Raja Bell in, so now they've really got a small lineup out there. Oh, they get Wallace with a block, a hip check.
Rasheed, his first foul, and the Blazers over the limit. So Philadelphia with some freebies here with 2:17 to play. Raja Bell, as you said, Steve, in the ball game. An interesting story for Philadelphia. Here's a guy who plays in 5 regular season games and then all of a sudden becomes very important to Larry Brown's effort in trying to get Philadelphia a world championship. Bell plays 15 games in the postseason after playing 5 in the regular year.
So, Pete, you're tight with Wallace. So what decides the day he's going to wear a mouthpiece and what day he's not?
It's a big...
You can answer that one later on in the second half, because I know you're going to have to think about it. But, I mean, you know, maybe the mouthpiece is the reason that he scored.
I don't know. We'll need to check. Snow makes it a 3-point ball game at 46-43. Well, whether it's the mouthpiece, the headband, or something else Rasheed has done.
I'll tell you what. If it's a mouthpiece, you better keep chewing it because he is you know, on a roll tonight.
Coleman on the overplay commits the foul. No basket. Foul before the shot.
You know, when Wallace has this attitude, he's a tough handle for anybody, and he's been very aggressive in, you know, in attacking his opponent and keeping the Sixers on their heels. You know, and again, that speaks to his talent, which everyone is so fearful of. And he is on the money tonight.
Damon got the step against Snow, had it stripped, ball to the floor. Damon got it back. No reset of the shot clock, so you got to watch it. Sheed. Bonzi had it blocked with the shot clock resets. Now Bonzi stripped by McKee.
That's one that Aaron McKee should have just gone up with. He got as good as you're going to get there. 15-foot jump shot, and he didn't know what he wanted to do with it and threw it away. But you see the quick hands that the Sixers have. So you lose it a couple of times. You got to make sure of your decision once you make it.
Ball security, very, very important. Patterson with 90 seconds to play in the second quarter. He has it stripped. Iverson on the move. He has it raked free, and the Blazers take it away. On the give back to Damon. Ruben Patterson in traffic, a loose ball foul on Philadelphia.
One of the things I said in the keys was reaction. Portland is reacting well to the ball, and so they've had their plays where they've stepped in and made some good plays. Ruben Patterson's upset about something.
Ted Bernhardt was upset about something as well, as Eric Snow had words for him. There's Bernhardt on your left. I think they're trying to figure out who the foul's going to go against, but a nice steal by D.A.
And number 11, Black.
Damon misses the shot, and on the follow, you know, Raja Bell came up underneath. And, you know, Raja Bell is smiling because I didn't hit you there. I was standing right in front of you when I hit you.
But Bell is hit with the foul. Rasheed with 20. Rasheed the first to 20. That means our Dodge first to 20 contestant Joe Ice is ice cool. A cool $1,000. Congratulations, Joe. Wells on the give back to Anderson, scooping and scoring. Blazers back to their largest lead of the night at 50-43. McKee says, let's run the fist play. Derek Anderson nearly the steal off of his hands. Philadelphia keeps 15 to shoot, 30.4 for the half, and Larry Brown wants to talk about it. He'll call a 20-second timeout here. Blazers up 7. This 20-second timeout brought to you by Jiffy Lube, and a very different story for Philadelphia tonight, Steve, than what they got from Seattle last night. The Sonics have won 6 straight, but they look flat and tired and shot just 38%. Philadelphia had their way with them.
No, I think Philadelphia was coming off an inspired effort in Phoenix. They came out, they were the aggressors as they did tonight, but Seattle could not respond. And, you know, Philadelphia continued to build on that lead until it got to 20 at one point. They ended up winning the game by 10. After a quick start against Portland, Wallace led the charge back, and Portland's got a lot of different players involved in this ball game, which is keeping them in the game, and now they have the lead.
We can bring you up to date. There was a double technical call during that little get-together. Ruben Patterson and Raja Bell were issued technical fouls. No free throw shot because they're offsetting. And with 30.4 to go in the second quarter, the Blazers a 7-point lead. McKee, Snow, Coleman, Bell, and Iverson. Iverson, herky, jerky, a miss, out of bounds off Derek Coleman.
Iverson can't believe it. Won't go in. That was in and out, and as good a shot as you can take at that point under pressure.
Iverson 4 of 11.
And he started out 3 for 3, so he's hit one of those flat spots. But what makes him dangerous is he can come right out of it. He come out of it and hit you with 15.
Well, he is a scorer more than he is a shooter. 5 seconds to go. Damon gets it to Rasheed against Snow. And that will do it for the first half, with the Blazers will take a 7-point lead into the locker room. A strong first half by the Blazers. Rasheed Wallace with 20 in the half. We'll be back to the Rose Garden. Halftime show is next.
It's the final days of Ford clearance, and your Northwest Ford stores are leading the way into 2002 with 0% financing or huge cash back, like up to $3,000 on Ford Windstar. For a limited time, save big on cars like Focus and Taurus, on trucks like F-Series and Ranger, and SUVs like the all-new Explorer. All with 0% financing or up to $3,000 cash back. But only during these final days of Ford clearance, and only at your Northwest Ford stores.
Why don't you go to work, Daddy?
I work here.
You don't have a sign outside.
Well, I do, sort of.
Nah.
Oh, I have a secretary. And a receptionist.
No, you don't. It hardly seems like you work at all.
Verizon puts together the world's most powerful technologies so you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. Verizon.
Yeah, start with that number, 53%. I mean, making shots is a real important thing in winning a ball game. In Portland, off to one of their more accustomed starts, shooting the ball well from three-point. Sixers doing it as well. But, you know, Portland hasn't gotten a lot of free throw attempts, but where they have really made up for a lot of things is in the rebounding department. They've done a great job on the boards tonight. They brought that energy and the right attitude to go after it. And even though they've made some turnovers, they've hustled their way out of those. And so they have the lead and have gotten a lot of people involved.
19 assists for the Blazers, a very, very good number. Tonight's numbers brought to you by Toyota and your local Toyota dealer. Tonight's top performers from the first 24 minutes of play shake out this way. Derek Coleman with 13, Allen Iverson with 11, Aaron McKee off the bench with 9, Rasheed Wallace leading all scorers with 20, Scottie Pippen with 7 and 8 assists in the first half of play, and Shawn Kemp with some very pleasant offensive numbers, 6 points, and also had 5 rebounds in the first 24 minutes of play.
So what can we expect for the second half? I would say more of the same. You know, the Sixers are a team that are known for not quitting. And Portland's got to realize that. Cheeks was there. He's got to know you got to play better than you played in the first half to win it.
And the Blazers played pretty well in the first half. Back with more from the Rose Garden. Portland a 7-point lead over Philadelphia. More after this. 5-18. Defensive 3-second call by Ted Bernhardt. And we have not seen that in a number of games.
Well, Brown is saying, don't give me that. I have my guys where they were supposed to be, and you're giving me that 3 seconds. Players have adjusted much better than earlier in the season. Coaches have too. But it's a technical against the Sixers, and Damon Stoudemire will shoot it.
Damon, an 88%er from the free throw line. Now, I know that Maurice Cheeks has told the Blazers that the third quarter is a danger quarter against Philadelphia as Damon fails to convert. The last two games, Philadelphia victories. They held Phoenix to 14 in the third. Last night they held Seattle to 14 in the third, and it was in the third quarter in both those games Philadelphia took a stranglehold on the game.
Yeah, you know, they're gonna play much like they did in that first half, and what Philadelphia hopes to do is improve in their shooting, and Portland's got to keep making shots.
Making shots is the best tonic in the world. Blazers their largest lead at 9, 52-43.
You know, anytime you play against a team that's got a lot of defensive energy and presence and scores quickly, if you don't score points, then, you know, they're going to have that spurt where they take over the game and the momentum of the game.
Snow on the penetration, goes to the backhand. Pippen plucks the rebound and did not save it. I thought for a second he did, but referee Bill Washington says, no, you did not. So Philadelphia with a fresh shot clock.
Well, Snow and Mutombo talk and say, and Snow is saying, either get out of the way and let me get a little bit more room to finish, or slide over so I can make the pass.
But Snow is approaching the goal from the left, and he still has the wrap on the left thumb. So that's where you'd like to force him defensively, to his left, not to his right. There he misses, and Scottie Pippen tracks down the rebound. Pippen with Harpring against him. Harpring picked up 2 early fouls, not a factor in the first quarter. Damon cutting to the rim, and Rasheed, a beautiful delivery.
Well, they've been harping on that all season long. Cut back door, and again, you see the unselfishness of Wallace and a willingness to give the ball to his teammates, but you got to make that move.
Derek Coleman stepping through the lane. Draws the contact and the Portland foul, but this one definitely deserves a second look.
This is the play you used to run up in Wisconsin.
That's right.
Give it to me and I'll finish.
Actually, was at Notre Dame. Digger Phelps and I were very, very tight.
Oh, you don't want to say that because you're the guy that got Digger in the studio?
Scottie Pippen picks up the foul. Coleman good with the first free throw. Scottie with 7 points, 5 boards, 8 assists, but 3 fouls.
You know, the Bulls won tonight. I mean, the Jazz won tonight, but they only won by 2. Whatever Bill Cartwright is doing, it's been a real healthy tonic for the Bulls. They won 2, they lost 2, but they've been in every game.
And Mr. Jordan had another fantastic game last night as his Wizards beat the Bulls. Blazers by 9, and a Philadelphia foul coming up, and Matt Harpring has committed his third, and he's talking with Ken Maurer. Ken Maurer didn't make the call, though.
What he's saying is, hey, this guy is beating me to death. I got to be able to do something. You understand? What am I supposed to do? I got to have some relief here.
But Philadelphia now, Steve, seems to be a little bit more concerned with the officiating, the defensive 3-second call, and then Harpring now picks up his third. Wells on the move against Harpring. Neil Davis will get to the free throw line. And already in the first minute 49, Philadelphia has picked up a couple of fouls.
Harpring wants to say something. He's really frustrated. He picked up that foul right there. And Dale Davis will go to the line, but you have to fight through that. And you have to fight through the temptation to blame the officials, to blame the opponent, and just adjust your game. And it's not an easy thing for players to do.
Dale Davis good with the free throw. Double D has maintained that 3.4 offensive rebound average pretty much throughout his career. And that's the number he's at right now this season. 2 free throws for Double D. And the Blazers back to an 11-point lead. Philadelphia on the season, as you look at the free throw numbers, Philadelphia the big advantage. Philadelphia has not scored a lot of points. Iverson the miss. And the tip, Mutombo.
But Coleman kept it alive, and the long arm Mutombo finished it off.
But getting back to the point, though, Philadelphia averages only 88 points a game. That's 27th in 2019. Bonzi sets up Sheed. Got it.
But in saying that, that means you better keep making shots because they also hold opponents to 87 points a game. So you got to keep making shots and make them become a better offensive unit.
Yeah, because Philadelphia doesn't score many, but they give up the fewest in the league. Mutombo rejected by Dale Davis, but foul. Dale got the block up high, but apparently the body down low.
This is what they like to do. Slide that ball into the big man, but you can see Dale Davis had that shoulder. Before he went up to make that block, he's got that shoulder Mutombo, so he can't get up in the air.
Crowd responding to the replay on the big screen, but it is the correct call as Dale did have a hold, and Mutombo with the free throw. Harpring will sit down. Aaron McKie will return. And this is a guy that the Blazers definitely have to finger as one of the hot prospects to get Philly back in the game.
And then tonight you would say you'd rather have Matt Harpring out on the floor who's not hurting you offensively, who's having trouble containing Bonzi Wells, than to have McKie out there throwing darts at you.
Rasheed sets up double D. That's off, possibly deflected, battling to get his own miss, but Mutombo covers up. The Blazers up 58-49.
Nice pass for Snow. Nobody saw him but Aaron McKie.
McKie averaging 4.9 assists a contest. Nearly a steal by Iverson. Rasheed. Iverson with a full head of steam when he's at his most dangerous. McKie out of the...
How many times does Snow open it? And if he could just make that shot, this team would be almost unbeatable. It gets fouled as it is, but that 15-foot jump shot, every team gives it to him and says, beat us. And you watch how many times he'll turn it down and start to drive the ball.
Bonzi slapped at it and commits the foul.
Now, if you're Bonzi Wells, you're anybody else, you gotta look at Snow and say, make it. Don't reach in there and make it.
First foul against Bonzi. Snow 79% from the line. Philadelphia as a team 11th in free throws, and Blazer fans trying to make it a little bit more difficult for Eric Snow to focus on this one. Snow with 7, give him 8. Bonzi Wells over the top, too far. The pass by Wallace. Iverson running the floor. There's Coleman on the finish. And the Blazers will call time. Coleman was 17. The Blazer lead has been trimmed to 4. It's 58-54 Blazers. 8:07 to go in the third. Blazers going to talk it over.
It's the final days of Ford clearance, and your Northwest Ford stores are leading the way into 2002 with 0% financing or huge cash back, like up to $3,000 on Ford Windstar. For a limited time, save big on cars like Focus and Taurus, on trucks like F-Series and Ranger, and SUVs like the all-new Explorer. All with 0% financing or up to $3,000 cash back. But only during these final days of Ford clearance, and only at your Northwest Ford stores.
You see this? This is $1. When I was a little kid, it meant something. It was worth a lot. Today, what's happened?
Now $1 means something again. Every day with new McDonald's dollar deals.
Only $1?
An entire menu of new and classic favorites, like the Juicy McDouble sandwich or a regular order of America's favorite fries, each only $1 every day. New McDonald's dollar deals.
Now that's what $1 should do.
This is my country. These are my people.
tempo game that if it's in the half court, better ball distribution because of better cutting. Guys?
Pass and cut, that's what it's all about. Wallace! Dale Davis! After Wallace had it stripped, Rasheed was looking for the foul call, but the Blazers will gladly take the bucket to make it 60-54.
But they have good energized movement between the players then. I mean, again, that ball movement, player movement thing is something that you can't overstate, because when you hold and stand, it's real easy to defend.
Snow is turned aside by Dale Davis. Damon running the floor. Pippen to a wide open Wallace. His three is through. And just like that, the Blazer lead is back to 9.
Making shots, it's a wonderful thing.
Well, and it's contagious as well. For the Blazers, it's not just one guy. Snow responds with a 2.
Now he's going to sit there, and that shot's going to be there for him, but he's got to make it. Teams are not going to respect Eric Snow as a perimeter player until he can consistently drop that shot.
He's a 45%er on the year. He's got 10 points. Damon around the screen, sets up Bonzi. Snow has had all kinds of problems, not only with the thumb, but with his right ankle, a couple of fractures. Coleman cutting back door.
Coleman moving well without the ball tonight, and he is the guy that's keeping them in contact. 6 1/4, 19 in the ball game.
Dare we say it, Allen Iverson has yet to score here in the third.
Only taking one shot, you know, and in Philly's mind, that's a good thing, and then the opponent's mind, it's even better, but at some point, he's going to do something else. Snow trying to come with that right hand, couldn't finish the play.
And again, Snow approached the goal from the left. Iverson reading Stoudemire's eyes, kicked out of bounds. The Blazers will get it. A fortuitous turn of events. Matt Harpring, 3 fouls in all, will return to the basketball game. And Derek Coleman is going to get a rest.
Well, they got to give Coleman a breather. You know, he's been moving and working hard. Brown wants to save him for the 4th, and they've got to find a way to relieve Eric Snow. Snow has become aggressive offensively, but he just can't finish the play. And Speedy Claxton is at the score table, but can't get in.
But Snow has missed layups, trying to go with the right hand, coming in from the left. Bill Kennedy blows his whistle, and we'll talk with Ken Mauer. Perhaps a timing issue here. Bill Kennedy just said, Eric Snow, don't yell at me.
They want the ball to be inbounded back down here, but they'll move it out of bounds. The one guy that shouldn't get into it with the other guy is Rasheed Wallace and Ted Bernhardt. They do not have a good relationship.
Ted has shown Rasheed the door in previous encounters.
Yeah, Ted wins all of it.
He's got the whistle. Blazers leading it 63-58. So the Blazers will inbound from the baseline. And Bill Kennedy with another question. Apparently all questions have been answered. Blazers have it with 24 up on the shot clock. Snow a little too close, and this may set him off. He went after Bill Kennedy. Now he's chatting with Ken Mauer.
Now, Eric Snow is not a guy that gets a lot of technicals, and most of the time what he is asking is about something that happened to him. He got hit on that screen, but he got no call for it.
He'll sit down. Speedy Claxton returns.
You can tell from the look on Snow's face when he's going to get that.
Wallace against Harpring. Short with the turnaround. Mutombo outdueling Dale Davis for the rebound.
This is another case where Wallace does not have to work that hard to get a shot against Harpring. You only have to go over. Tough shot.
Iverson comes at you from any angle, arms and legs flying. His first bucket of the third quarter. The Sixers trail the Blazers by 3.
Brown wants this one. He wants really some good defensive pressure on Damon so they can't get the ball to Wallace.
Travel against Rasheed Wallace.
See, when he catches it, all he has to do is turn around. You know, he keeps the ball up so high, so he didn't have to do anything against Harper. He just turn around and shoot over. And once he learns that, when they put a smaller guy on him, the work is done.
McKee attacking in the middle. Turned aside on the block shot. Pippen pulling up. Missing the 3. Dale Davis offensive rebound. In traffic. Is stymied by Harpring, so Blazers will reset the offense. Wallace wants it against Harpring. 7 to shoot. Got to go quickly. Rasheed travels again. And Rasheed Wallace wants to know why that move is never called to travel except tonight. And Rasheed.
He hopped up. See, he's going to watch him when he makes this quick move. He's going to hop off the ground before he puts the ball down, and that's where he gets to travel. All he has to do is just turn around, and the shot is there.
So consecutive travels by Rasheed Wallace. Blazers up 3. Claxton missing the 2. Damon tipping the rebound, but McKee captures. Fresh shot clock, Philadelphia. Iverson for the tie. Rasheed Wallace getting by Mutombo for the rebound. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Bonzi, tough shot, a hanger, and Ted Bernhardt says we've got a Philadelphia foul.
Foul on Matt Harpring.
That is his 4th. And really on this road trip, Steve, Harpring had been the most consistent Sixer, both offensively and defensively.
Well, he's trying to use his lower strength to get a body, get a hip into Wallace and throw him off balance, and he gets caught, then he pulls him. So, I mean, you know, he's working hard, but you don't have to, when you're 6'10", playing a guy 6'6" who cannot jump, you don't have to work that hard to get a shot.
Damon got by Claxton.
Good rebound effort by him, and Brown wants a timeout.
So Rasheed with the offensive rebound and another dunk. The Blazers with 5 jams tonight. The lead is 5. It's 65-60 Blazers. At Morton's of Chicago, the preferred steakhouse of the Portland Trail Blazers. Assists on the night, the Blazers at 23, Philadelphia just 14. Blazers average 23 for the season, Philadelphia at 20. And this is something for their help on putting that, well, and shots. Let's go to you first.
Well, thank you very much, Pete. The coaching staff of Portland would like the guys to get back to that pick and roll. They really think they can exploit Philadelphia's defense on the pick and roll with obviously Rasheed doing the damage. And also they'd like just overall better ball and player movement. We've been talking about that all game long. Portland would like to get back to that a little bit better. Guys?
Dan, thank you.
Coleman back in the ball game and Harpring down.
Mutombo. Dale Davis on him. Claxton with the fake. Mutombo is 7 on the shot clock. Coleman taking away the rebound. And the Blazers come away with it. Pippen giving it up to Dale Davis. Got it stripped, got it back. Backdoor Stoudemire. 24 assists for the Blazers. And Damon with 11.
Just sliding down in the slot, and suddenly something good happened for Damon.
Coleman. Claxton. Speedy Claxton. First bucket of the night. He averages 8 a game. Damon going to work against Claxton. With Harpring out of the ball game. Coleman against Wallace.
Wallace got nicked that time. Almost wanted to say something. Let's see if he can fight through it and play through it. Nice job. is still upset.
And a technical foul called against Bonzi Wells as McKee apparently went over the top, at least according to Bonzi. But take a look at Wallace.
Great reaction to make the save, slap it back the other way. And right now, you know, you don't want to let the game get out of hand with the officials. You know, Bonzi is very emotional. Rasheed is very emotional. Both of them talking to Ken Mallett.
5-point game, make it a 4-point game as Iverson converts the free throw. We were looking at the low assist number for Philadelphia in the game, and this is something that Larry Brown had talked about. He says sometimes we play the game backwards. We shoot first, pass later.
Well, but sometimes they also don't finish. You know, after the pass, they don't finish, and so their numbers are going to be down. I mean, they're a really good team at making layups, particularly open court layups, and forcing mistakes. But you know, they're not a very good shooting team, so it comes in streaks.
Iverson is on a little bit of a streak right now. Another bucket for him, and the Blazers led it by 11 earlier in the quarter. That lead is down to 2. Wells working against McKee. Dale Davis in deep, and it's slapped away.
You know, what they're good at is reacting defensively. Mutombo comes in and freezes, and Speedy Claxton almost slapped that one away. So they got a lot of guys reaching, grabbing, slapping at the ball all the time, and you just have to stay with it and fight through it, knowing that they're going to be snipping at you.
10 on the shot clock. Wells will send a 3. McKee boards. Philly looking for the tie. Iverson blew it.
A great move to duck under Damon Stoudemire and didn't finish.
Pippen a double clutch. Yes! Over McKee.
And that's another example of an assist gone away.
Iverson against Stoudemire. Claxton tries to enter, will call his own number instead. Offensive foul! No basket. Offensive foul on Claxton. Little push off as Pippen came over to defend the off arm by Claxton. His second foul.
Coleman goes back out of the ball game to come with Jabari Smith to keep that size in there against Wallace. So they got to think, go back to Wallace. Jabari Smith, no match for him.
Ruben Patterson and Chris Dudley. Pippen in deep, nearly had it raked free. Stoudemire, tough shot. Ruben Patterson, offensive rebound. Oh, pulled the string on the way up attempt. With a good defense. Iverson with a couple of miscues on consecutive possessions. 7 difference between the 2 clocks. Blazers a 4-point lead. Wallace out of the double team. Pippen was open. From the baseline, Patterson. Damon challenging Jabari Smith. But Philadelphia with possession. Mutombo. Jabari Smith for 3. Not the possession that Philadelphia wanted. The Blazers maintain a 4-point lead heading into quarter number 4 at a raucous Rose Garden. Great offensive play has the Blazers up 4.
Welcome to Bargain Days, Les Schwab's first big sales event of the year. We've taken our popular 791 all-season passenger radials and SXT all-terrains for pickups and SUVs and put them on sale. Plus much more as Les Schwab rolls out the bargains, leftovers, special purchases, one-of-a-kinds, used tires in custom wheels. Our
fourth quarter, either a backdoor lob. They've been scouting this club. Obviously, that's what they're looking for, guys.
And thank you. Claxton gets a switch against Wallace. McKee a 3 in the air. And Aaron McKee pulls Philadelphia within 1 at 69-68. Delay of game warning called against Philadelphia. Blazers outscored 22-19 in that quarter. And the shooting in the upper 30s for both teams. Blazers are 9-2 when leading after 3.
Now, this is the quarter, and they've got to work harder to make sure that they're doing what they want and getting the shots they want.
Damon with the leaner. Damon struggled against Toronto, was 2 of 10. He's got 13 and 7 assists. Claxton. Speedy Claxton.
This guy was a big-time scorer, posture, so he can score the ball. And if he starts making that shot, that's the shot you're giving Eric Snow. That takes a lot of pressure off of him.
Claxton, the all-time leader in steals and assists for the Flying Dutchman, nearly had a steal against Pippen. 10 on the clock for Damon against Iverson. Wallace. Bang! A three!
This fellow is ringing the bell from deep. He has not missed a three-point field goal. So maybe if you're Philadelphia, you let him catch it inside, and maybe he'll travel, he'll do something else, but he's shooting it sweet tonight.
A 28%er from deep. Jabari Smith, a perimeter shot that's not what Philadelphia would want.
That's Jabari Smith's shot. The problem is they don't want him shooting it. You know, this is not Sacramento, and we're not going to let you just throw that up. We want you to do something else. So we'll see if he gets an understanding with Coach Brown.
Damon around the Wallace screen. Bango again. Damon and Rasheed, the only 2 in double figures for the Blazers, but right now 76 on the board for the Blazers, 70 for Philadelphia. Timeout Philly. Damon has the Blazers up 6 in the 4th.
If you appreciate the little things that make life easier, you'll love the Instant Travel Machine, a great new gadget that gets you to your gate.
Come on, Sparky.
Without the wait, only from Alaska Airlines.
Sweeten up your chill time with this real sweet deal from Domino's. Buy a large one-topping Domino's pizza for $9.99 and get a free order of warm Domino's Center Sticks. Hey, the freer the sweeter. Call Domino's now and order a large one-topping Domino's pizza for $9.99. You'll get a free order of oven-fresh Domino's Center Sticks, golden brown and perfect for dipping in our sweet, creamy icing. The party gets sweeter when Domino's comes through. Call now. Get the door. It's Domino's.
People across the nation are getting the message. For great year-end values, amazing selection, Toyotathon 02. Right now, you'll find everything you've been looking for in the all-new, redesigned Camry. Sleeker, more powerful, better than ever before, which says a lot, given that Camry's been the best-selling car in America the last 4 years. Toyotathon 02. Password value.
Time now for tonight's Taco Bell Slam of the Game. It's brought to you by Taco Bell, the home of the Chalupa. And that one, a little extra sour cream on it for Rasheed Wallace. The great taste of a Taco Bell Chalupa and the Taco Bell Slam of the Game. Rasheed with 30 to lead all scores. And the Blazers up 6. And shots. What's cooking?
Heath, thanks very much. Players, coaches alike are saying, hey, guys on the perimeter, defenders, go ahead and get right in their faces. If they blow by you, that's okay. We've got some help. They really want to put pressure on the perimeter, whether anybody's shooting or driving. Guys?
Iverson with 16 being checked by Damon. Derek Anderson in the ball game for the Blazers. Claxton trying to create off the dribble, threw up a wild shot. Dudley cleans it up. So it's Dudley, Stoudemire, Anderson, Wallace, and Ruben Patterson. Harpering trying to check Rasheed Wallace.
Well, the reason they brought him back in is because he can cover the pick and roll. Derek Coleman does not step out well, and they have a problem with that right now.
Damon missing the 3. Patterson inside position. Nearly knocked out of bounds by his teammate, Chris Dudley. Stoudemire against McKee. Damon bumped by McKee. That'll be the first foul against Philadelphia in the quarter and the first personal against Aaron McKee.
Snow going to come back in. Aaron McKie will sit down, or is it Claxton and McKie both sit down, and Coleman and Snow in?
Rasheed Wallace will get a rest with 8:59. Nice hand from the crowd here at the Rose Garden. Sean Kemp, who provided a spark in the second quarter with 6 points and 5 rebounds, returns.
Well, it won't be a long breather for Wallace, so don't get too far down at the end of the bench. You got to keep making shots, and you got to keep making things happen.
Damon is on the boil, averaging 12.3 for the season. He's got 17 and 8 assists.
Yeah, 6 here in the quarter to push the lead to 8.
Anderson takes his turn and checking Iverson, who gets to the baseline. He knocked it away! Damon! Iverson slow to get up on the other end. The Blazers a 10-point lead. The largest Portland advantage has been 11.
Well, Iverson can't understand why he didn't get a call that time. Snow.
That's the 15-foot jump shot you were talking about, Steve. Snow brings Philadelphia within 8.
Every now and then, he'll get it.
Derek Anderson against Iverson. Clock's at 78. Dishes out to Kemp. Yes! Kemp rings the bell again.
Sixers counting on Kemp not making that shot, and they want to rebound it and run the other way.
Harpring flashes free. Over the top.
The reason they got Harpring is because he's a perimeter shot maker. But he has been struggling to make that shot. That is why they traded George Lynch, because he couldn't consistently knock that shot down.
Harpring had been averaging 16 points over the last 3. 2 points for Matt Harpring tonight. Damon trying to shake loose. Kemp is open again. He'll send it again. He'll score it again. Timeout, Philadelphia. Blazers, their largest lead of the night. It's a 12-point lead for the Blazers. Listen and enjoy.
They are the shining stars of the NBA, the world's greatest players, and you can bring them together for the 2002 NBA All-Star Game in Philadelphia. It's NBA All-Star balloting, your chance to vote for who you think should be among the stars. You choose from the speed, strength, and dominance of the league's best players. To cheer on your favorite All-Stars in Philadelphia, make your vote count. Vote online at NBA.com to assemble your team of shining stars.
Hi, dessert fellas. We have several homemade pies. Yummy. Pecan pie, blueberry, strawberry cheesecake, my favorite. We got milkshakes. They put a scoop of French vanilla ice cream on top of that. It's not really French.
Want to get a great $6 restaurant burger without the restaurant? The $6 burger, $3.95 at Carl's Jr.
If you're headed from Anacortes or Lewiston to the slopes of Mount Bachelor, do it in a new SUV from your Northwest Ford store. Because we're leading the way with 0% financing on almost all our sport utilities. Expedition, Excursion, and the best-selling Explorer, all with 0% financing. Wherever your winter adventure takes you, get there with the confidence that can only come from driving a new Ford SUV. Your Northwest Ford stores, leading the way.
With all the talent on the Blazers, the motto is be ready, and Sean Kemp has been ready tonight.
Well, tonight, Sean Kemp has been able to make that shot on a consistent basis, and that has hurt the Philadelphia 76ers. A little bit more air off for Kemp that time, but a big contribution for Kemp tonight. Only missed one shot, 5 of 6, and before the explosion, it was a 6-point ball game, and now Portland is up by 12. Portland has scored on every single possession here in the quarter.
7 for 7 here in the fourth. Blazers by a dozen. Look at the shooting in the quarter at 88%. Snow in the lane, will get to the free throw line as well. Ruben Patterson commits the foul, his second. It's the first Blazer foul here in the fourth quarter, and Snow trying to keep Philadelphia in it.
You know, and at some point you would think you would see Allen Iverson really start looking to be aggressive offensively, but he has been passing most of the second half.
Snow converts the three-point play, 84-75. Is it possible fatigue plays into this?
Nah, that guy there, he's one of the iron lung guys. And it's just a question of, you know, how he feels he's going.
Derek Anderson. Got it!
But when you're making shots at the other end, then you got to have your best player start to begin some sort of explosion to make life easier for you. That is very good offense for Portland.
Kemp against Coleman. Shot ties him up. The big fella from Indiana has it all working tonight.
Kemp takes advantage of the fact that Derek Coleman is going to put this ball right in his hands, you know, and make life easier for him defensively.
Blazers with possession off the jump. DA got by Iverson. And hit it again! Largest lead of the night. Blazers by 13. DA sat out Wednesday night against Toronto.
Now, no defense in the world stops guys from making shots, and that's apparent tonight as Portland is making shots.
Dudley the rejection. Ruben Patterson fouled by Harpring, trying for the alley-oop. It has been a nightmare night for Matt Harpring. 1 of 5 from the floor, and has that one rejected by Dudley.
That block by Dudley started a fast break, a great lead pass to Derek Anderson, and off and running, and Patterson will get a chance to go to the line. But, you know, you make your way, you make your breaks, and tonight Portland has stepped up and fought through what they have felt has been some adversity at moments, but they've continued to score the ball, and that makes all the difference in whether you win or lose a game.
Harpring in his 4th season out of Georgia Tech sits down. Aaron McKie returns. Patterson with 2 free throws, good with the first, and one of the numbers that will jump out at you tonight, the Blazers with 5 blocks, Philadelphia with but 2.
Yeah, and they've got 2 guys that do a pretty good job of slapping it back. Dikembe Mutombo, number 1, Derek Coleman. But, you know, Portland has really had an energized effort. Everybody on the team has been aware and reacted defensively.
Blazers by 15.
You know, in the games that they lost, we have seen guys drive by and no one pick them up. That hasn't been the case tonight.
Chris Dudley called for the hold, and the Blazers on a 19-5 run in the last 4:20. Remember, the Blazers led it by 11 in the 3rd quarter, and Philly closed fast in the 3rd, but the Blazers have responded. And let's also not forget, in case you tuned in late, Philadelphia started off on a 10-0 run. They led it 10-0 before the Blazers put the ball in the basket.
Normally, Philadelphia will challenge one more time. Let's see if that run appears.
McKie bumped by Ruben Patterson, and that would have counted and nearly did go in, but Ruben commits his 3rd foul.
You know, one thing that the Sixers have been noted for is not quitting in the game. So they continue to fight, and sometimes they get those miracle rushes where they get 10-0 runs in a short period of time and bring themselves right back in it. Nobody's more familiar about that than Maurice Cheeks.
Maurice Cheeks, 13 wins in his career. At the other end of the bench, Larry Brown, 23 years, 1,031 NBA wins. You think Maurice has some butterflies right about now?
You know, when you've been losing, you keep thinking, clock, keep moving, just keep moving.
Another Philadelphia connection, Jimmy Lynam, one of the Blazers' assistants. was the head coach in Philadelphia. Caldwell Jones played in Philadelphia. Derek missing the 3 over the top. So you look at the Blazers bench, there's a lot of Philadelphia brotherly love. There's Jimmy.
When we started this fourth quarter, thought Wallace was only going to get a short breather, but because they've been making so many shots, Maurice Cheeks has been able to rest him for just about 6 minutes now.
Both Caldwell and Jim Lyman going for the no-tie look.
Well, you know, coaches try everything. When you're losing, they try everything. And if they win this game, there'll be no ties for the rest of the trip.
Snow throws up an air ball. The question is, what will Philadelphia do? The headbands got them 2 wins. Even Steve Mix, their color analyst on TV, was wearing one.
They'll probably make Mix get to the hit.
Timeout called by the Blazers. They lead it by 13. 4:45 to go in the fourth. Portland trying to close out Philly.
A garden lets you see the changing seasons. Lets you enjoy their seamless, timeless rhythm. The joy of gardening. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
This is Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
Every day you're in a race. Getting the kids to school. Getting to work. Getting where you need to be. That's why you need the official fuel of NASCAR, 76 with Pro Power. It's clean burning for more powerful performance. And if we're good enough to get NASCAR to the finish line, just think what we could do for you. Get the spirit of NASCAR. Get the spirit of 76.
Time now for the Alaska Airlines non-stop score of the night. Brought to you by Alaska Airlines. Tonight's non-stop score, and he's been flying high. It's Rasheed Wallace with 30. Call the fifth quarter show following tonight's game of the name of our non-stop score for your chance to win tickets to an upcoming Blazers game. Rasheed Wallace, the Alaska Airlines non-stop score of the night. Ace statistician Kevin Aiken reminds us that Allen Iverson has been to the free throw line only 3 times. Rebounding in the quarter. Blazers pitching a shutout, and look at this for the night, 44-23. But Iverson has only gotten to the line 3 times. He leads the league in free throw attempts.
You know, there's some games when he gets bounced around pretty good and doesn't get the whistles, and he's kind of mystified. There have been a couple of times tonight when he got smacked pretty good and no whistles. So, you know, you just have to fight through it, and tonight is not going to be a night for a big free throw for him.
Wallace out to a cutting Patterson, had it stripped. Ken Maurer says that's a foul. The shot clock was down to 2. Iverson commits the foul, his first.
Again, defenses are going to get focused on Wallace, and somebody, if they cut to the basket, is going to be a recipient of something good. Patterson back at the line.
Rubin good with the first free throw. Well, made field goals, Steve, makes such a huge difference. Over the last 8 games, the Blazers have been under 40% 5 times.
Yeah, it's tough to win. You know, when you don't make shots, it's tough to win. There's no strategy that can get that job done, and players have to, you know, coaches will say, you just got to step up and make shots. Well, you're going to have to fight through a tough period, but you're going to have to find different ways to create score.
Blazers by 15. McKee. Another 3 by Aaron McKee.
McKee has been on the money tonight from three-point land as well. Has not missed one.
He was 4 for 11 from downtown against the Blazers last year in 2 games. Damon forced to the floor. Kemp is there to pick it up. DA's 3. McKee on the rebound. Under 4 to play. Iverson to the fadeaway. Philly's not going to go quietly. It's a 10-point game, 3:44 to go.
Well, they never do, and that's what I said. You can almost expect one more run by Philly, and you got to withstand it. What Portland's been doing is making shots, so they got to continue to make shots. And make shots, take shots that you can make. You don't have to go for the home run. You've got the lead. Keep the heat on.
Kemp, what an assist to Patterson. Patterson had been quiet until this quarter.
If the layup is there, you take it. If the 15-footer is there, you take it. But you don't step back and say, okay, we're going to bust them and kill them with the three, because chances are you're not going to make that one.
Damon cut off Harpring, but could not collect the rebound. Raja Bell returns for Philadelphia, and Matt Harpring will sit down. Bell in his second season out of Florida International. Coleman cutting back door. Blazers asleep at the switch defensively.
Well, everybody jumps to Iverson coming off that screen, and they go the other way, and that's an easy two.
Damon with a double-double. On the give back. Oh! Again! Kemp and Patterson hooking up. Blazers by a dozen. Iverson, the defense smothering. Iverson nearly got the lucky bounce. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Philadelphia with 2:23 to go in the fourth quarter.
The Iverson miss went all the way to the top, but didn't quite hit it. So the ball was live.
22nd timeout taken by Philadelphia. This 22nd timeout is brought to you by Jiffy Lube.
But if you move the ball and you move yourself in the direction of the hoop, the defense has to react. Nobody reacts to the Patterson cut. An easy play.
Kemp with assists on consecutive possessions. The leading assist man tonight, Damon Stoudemire, with 11 and 19 points. That's his fourth double-double of the season.
So, Pete, here's your question for the night. Who are you going to give the game ball to? Rasheed Wallace or Shawn Kemp? Wallace or Kemp? Wallace or Kemp?
I give it to Maurice Cheeks.
Oh, that's like a guy that went to Notre Dame. I give it to the coach. Come on.
Well, where would the guy from Oregon give it?
I give it to Kemp. He may never get another one. You gotta spread these game balls around.
I understand.
That's what they do in football, you know.
Rejected by Wallace. Claxton back in the game on the move against Derek Anderson. Threw it away. Pippen is back in for Portland, so Stoudemire, Pippen, Wallace, Anderson, and Ruben Patterson coming up on 2 minutes to play, and the Blazers up a dozen.
That block took the air out of it right there. You can see the body language of the Sixers go down. They know this one's over.
DA missing from deep. McKee will keep firing.
Too late. They hit that point where no matter what they do, they don't have enough time left in the game because Portland is going to either get fouled or they're going to score. You can see that Brown is now making change-ups in the lineup.
Patterson splits the double team. DA could not finish. Good thought by Patterson. Derek could not put the shot away. Iverson loses it out of bounds. And benches will empty now with 1:20 to play. And you knew, Steve, when this losing streak was going to come to an end, it was not going to just barely come to an end. The lid was going to get blown off. And this is what the Blazers did tonight, particularly in the fourth quarter, and really any time when Philadelphia challenged.
Well, you know, and what they have to remember, this is the team that we are. And this is how we have to play all the time if we're going to win games. You're not going to get games just solely based on your talent. You're going to have to come out, outwork your opponents, do some things that will get you a win.
Samuel D'Alembert, the rookie from Seton Hall, with the hoop. Ruben Bunche is in, as is Rick Brunson.
Brown really thinks that he's going to be good. D'Alembert, he's very young and needs a chance to play, but he's long, he gets off the floor, and you know, he could grow into that body, but he's just about 17.
Raja Bell commits the foul. First Philadelphia foul under 2 minutes. D'Alembert came out of Seton Hall after just 2 years, and in 2 years was the Pirates' all-time leader in block shots. He's wearing number 1 for Philadelphia. 7 to shoot.
Now all they want to do is use some clock and then get the ball in the air. After Anderson had that streak of making, he's now on a streak of missing.
Claxton the other way. Loose ball foul on Philadelphia. That'll be a shooter. Philadelphia now over the limit.
Number 1.
Samuel D'Alembert.
You like that name too?
Yeah.
I see.
There's a little foreign flavor. He speaks English, French, and a Creole dialect. Played 2 years at Seton Hall, went to high school in Montreal. Ruben Patterson is at the free throw line, and the Sixers are pointing the other way. They've been unhappy with a lot of the officiating tonight.
But again, you make your breaks with the officials. If you are the most aggressive team, and when the 76ers had their stretch where they were stealing the ball and forcing turnovers in the first half, there weren't a lot of whistles, you know, and they have just been outplayed and outworked tonight, and that's a big, big story for the Trailblazers. As when they get on that plane tomorrow, they got to think. There are 4 games on this trip. We can possibly win all 4, but 3 we should win for sure, and we've got to play as hard, if not better, than we played tonight.
Raja Bell with 24 seconds to play. Last year in the 2 games against Philadelphia, Blazers shot 52%. They're at about 51% right now and leading by 8. Montego Cummings is also in the ballgame for Philadelphia. He came over from Golden State earlier this year. Shot clock is off. 12 seconds to play. Jabari Smith, the steal. Oh, and missed the stop. Pippen runs out the clock. The losing streak is over, and the Blazers win it 96-88 over the Philadelphia 76ers. The Blazers, a strong effort, shoot 51% from the floor. They get 30 points from Rasheed Wallace. A double-double from Damon Stoudemire, 19 points and 11 assists. An all-around strong effort from Scottie Pippen, Herb, and Larry Brown embrace. The brothers now go their separate ways. Philadelphia goes back to the city of brotherly love, 3-4 on this 7-game road trip. The Blazers will embark on a 4-gamer. They will leave town tomorrow. And shots with the man on the moment, Maurice Cheeks.
Mo Cheeks, this one was sweet. Yeah, wipe your brow, pal, but this one has got to feel awfully good.
Well, yeah, it felt good. I mean, we wanted to win. We didn't care who it was. I mean, obviously this is a tough win for us because those are my buddies down there. Those are guys I went to war with and loved, and you know, it feels good. I mean, I don't know.
Losing streak is over, though. I mean, that's terrific. You go out on the road now. You win a big one against a quality club that knows how to win big games. You did that tonight.
Well, we did. And we talked about it. We needed to play full 48 minutes, and that's what we did tonight. We played full 48 minutes. And getting ready to go back on the road, it's always good to start with a win instead of a loss because it gets your spirits up a little bit. And going on the road is usually pretty tough.
Now, you said if you won this ball game, you'd love to go into that Philly locker room with a smile on your face saying hello to Larry Brown. Mission accomplished.
I will, but I mean, if I had a loss to those guys, I would have been sad for losing, but not sad to losing to them guys because I love those guys.
Coach Cheeks, congratulations. Big win for you and your guys tonight. Thanks very much for taking the time. Boy, that's a nice way of getting the proverbial monkey off the back. Very nice, guys. What a win for Mo Cheeks and the fellas.
A very good win for the Blazers, 96-88. That's your final score from the Rose Garden. Don't touch that remote. We're not going anywhere. We're coming right back after this timeout.
People across the nation are getting the message. For great year-end values, amazing selection, Toyotathon 02. Now get 0% APR financing on some of Toyota's most popular models, like Corolla, the rugged V8 Tundra, the versatile 4Runner, and the roomy Sienna. Hurry, don't miss this incredible opportunity. Toyotathon 02, password value.
If you're in the market for TVs, camcorders, phones, personal CD players, or any other home electronics, before you buy, come to Fred Meyer. They've searched the market for models with just the right features, quality, and low prices you want. And at Fred Meyer, you'll always find the brands you trust. Get the best prices on the best in home electronics. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
At Bank of America, we really wanted to participate in the Olympic Winter Games. But in the end, we decided to support the real athletes and stick to the things we do best, like eliminating 80% of all upfront paperwork to make the mortgage process less painful.
Up and down, this is how we work it. Grab the big Sprite and you know we jerk it right out the fridge. It's just like this with a dab dib. Yeah.
I give a pound to my man with my right hand.
Yes.
Because I keep the Sprite in the left hand.
Okay.
And then I push the button when I don't want to hear nothing. I let it go when I want to hear something.
Yeah.
This is how we flow when we in the studio. Freestyle with Sprite. Yo, how the rest go. First things first, a big yo thirst. Sprite, all right?
Portland Trail Blazers basketball has been brought to you by Toyota. Find the perfect Toyota at your local Toyota dealer today. By Sprite. Sprite reminds you to obey your thirst. By the Fannie Mae Foundation, showing America a new way home. By Fred Meyer. What's on your list today? You'll find it at Fred Meyer. And by Cutter & Buck, the official apparel provider for Blazers broadcasting. Blazers win at 96-88, and while we have a chance, we can tell you that 76 and the Blazers teaming up once again to refurbish city basketball courts. 76 donates $50 to Portland Parks and Recreation for each three-point field goal made by the Blazers during televised games. Tonight, the Blazers 5 triples. That adds $250 to the Points for Parks program. The total donation stands right now at $2,000. And Steve, it was one of those games. Blazers win at 96-88. Philadelphia came out, made runs, but the Blazers always had the answer.
No, you know, Maurice Cheeks was having a little bit of difficulty explaining, you know, why the victory was so good, but it was good because they played up to their ability, and they played against a team that will challenge you, and they moved the ball, they gave it up, they played unselfishly, and they reacted defensively. And whenever that happens, you know, sometimes a coach does not have the words to describe his own emotion, combined with the fact that you're playing against a team that you used to work for, and you love the guys down at the other end of the floor. But if Portland could continue to play like this, you're talking about a love affair that develops out west for Maurice Cheeks. I mean, they reacted very, very well to some runs that Philadelphia threw at them, and when the game was 76-70, they just tore the heart out of the Sixers by making shot after shot. They went 8 straight possessions, knocking shots down, and when you do that, you got to win the ball game, and you got to know that if you play this way, you will always be in the ball game, and you'll win more than you lose.
Blazers made a lot of shots. We'll get the numbers in a moment, but they make a lot of shots, and they execute their offense very well. The cuts were sharper, passes were better, and let's take a look at some of those final numbers. The numbers that jump out, not only the shooting percentage, but later on you'll see the rebound numbers as well.
42 of 82, and that means you've really been good against a very sticky defensive team that does a good job. They shot it well through most of the game from deep and got a little loose at the end, but forget that. That's still a good number. The Sixers get the better of it from the line. Portland didn't get that many attempts at the free throw line, but didn't need it. But they really hammered the Sixers on the board. And, you know, again, that's an energy area. And when you look at it like that, you know, Sixers did not force the turnover number. They had them up to 9, and they only made 7 in the rest of the ball game. That's a good number, and they got a lot of people involved. And we talked about ball movement. You saw backdoors. You saw guys cutting, passing, finishing plays.
And the Blazers win at 96-88 to move to 14-18 on the season. It was a sellout crowd here at the Rose Garden. 20,000 plus saw the Blazers knock off the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, for my partners Steve Jones and Ann Schatz, this is Pete Pranica saying thank you for watching. Good night, everybody.
Pete, give him the game. Okay, just give him.
Announcer's wardrobe provided by Aquascutum and Philip Stewart Men's Clothing in Portland. This has been a presentation of Blazer Broadcasting and Post Up Productions.